important that we have that wildlife.
So Andy, what can the great British public and the viewers at home do to support your campaign?
Well, people are already supporting it by visiting fantastic zoos that are involved in these projects. Zoos like Drusilla's Park here are part of an amazing community of conservation zoos. So Kai, why do you love beavers so much?
Well, I actually see a lot of myself in the beaver.
See yourself in the beaver?
I see a lot of myself in the beaver. You know, they can have a lazy day sometimes, but to the wider public, they're much loved and a very industrious animal. So Andy, as you know, I'm very partial to a furry beaver on a Saturday night, but why is it that the great British public should care so much about beavers?
Well, beavers are an incredible ecosystem engineer. So what they do is when we get them out in the habitat, they transform those places and make pools and places for other animals to live, like fish and amphibians and the birds that feed on them. So they're having an amazing effect where they're being reintroduced across Britain. And they've been extinct in Britain for hundreds of years, and they're really a rewarding success story. So Kai, how close have you gotten to a beaver before?
Well, the viewers of the Saturday 5 on GBNews do know me as a beaver expert. I love to talk about beavers, I do it all the time, but in truth, I haven't got that up close and personal with a beaver. And so, to be honest, this is the best day of the year.
We're making dreams come true.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Right.
See if it comes on over.
This is amazing.
That was brilliant.
A heartwarming tale of a man and a beaver. Thank you, all
Why
the
is there
viewers.
only one?
There's only one because Norbert, who is the beaver in Drusilla's Park, he was in with his father, who died, sadly.
Doesn't it need a lady
There
beaver?
are plans to bring in more new beavers to Drusilla's Park
Do
in
they
the very near future.
Do they breed them successfully in captivity?
I believe so, but obviously not at the I think they haven't done that in Drusilla's for a while.
David, what is Reform's beaver policy?
Well, we're all in favour of beavers, obviously.
Yeah.
It depends if it's a North American or a Eurasian beaver. The point, actually, there is a political point. I will make a political point, which is actually we are custodians of the countryside. And it worries me that there's so many metropolitan politicians, I can't stop myself, just don't understand farmers are the custodians and we need to do everything we can to support our farmers and actually habitat generally. And beavers play a very important part in that, in dams and building stuff.
I agree. We actually have a video that shows just how deep my support into beavers goes. Let's take a look at that. Well, you know I'm a big fan of nature on this show, but I can't indulge in a beaver every week.
What the hell is going on?
And of course, if you can't tell, there'll be some beaver updates.
Yeah.
I want to dive into beaver related data.
We do laugh beavers on this channel.
Well, I'm here for you viewers because by popular demand, we're going hard on the beavers tonight. Now, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's good form to laugh at yourself, but I think that's all.
I think you're going to have a beaver tattoo.
A beaver tattoo?
Yeah.
A beaver tattoo. I am looking forward to seeing what the viewers think. We've had a few comments already.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Fitzgerald, I'm shocked he is a beaver lover. I'm disgusted. Ice Cold Truth, Kai's gone from supporting the Labour Party to supporting beavers since the beavers actually give a damn.
Well, hey, that's very good.
That is plenty I can't read. Ronnie B, we all love a beaver. Yep. Agree. Well, anyway, we must move on. As sad as I am to do it, please don't go anywhere because this week's High Fives are up next.
Can't wait to get in that sea.
Lovely and warm.
Just like the feeling of having great travel insurance.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News travel destinations forecast.
Yet more wet and windy weather to come this weekend for Iberia, although Sunday at least is less wet for a brief period. There are also lots of showers affecting parts of Greece into Turkey. Italy dry at first on Sunday, but this next batch of rain and showers moves through, that bringing some heavy downpours to the Balearics. Drier for a time across Spain, Portugal and the Canary Islands, but more rain and wind on the way by early next week.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News travel destinations forecast.
Good evening. Welcome to your GB News weather update from the Met Office. Well, there's more rain to come, especially across eastern Scotland tonight. Showers easing elsewhere, and that will allow a few mist and fog patches to start Sunday morning. So low pressure is still dominating our weather. The wind's coming up more from a south and southeasterly direction. So the rain across Northern Ireland, Northern England will continue to push its way northwards, coming into much of Scotland. We have a yellow Met Office rain warning in force again for eastern parts of Scotland, so could see some disruption and some flooding. To the south of that, any clear skies. We may even see some mist and fog patches across the southeast of England and across Northern Ireland. Otherwise, a generally frost-free, mild start to Sunday. But a wet Sunday to come across much of Scotland, even pushing into western areas. But most persistent rain first thing is going to be across eastern areas, across Northern Ireland to start Sunday morning, quite murky with some low cloud, mist and fog. A similar picture for the rest of England and Wales. There could be some brightness just coming through first thing on Sunday. For Sunday as a whole, though, it does look to be generally drier than Saturday. There will be some breaks in the cloud to give it some glimpses of some sunshine, but otherwise later on in the afternoon we'll start to see showers progressing in from the west. So across Devon and Cornwall into Wales we'll see some heavy showers, possibly with some thunder, longer spells of rain persisting across Scotland. Otherwise it's still generally rather mild, highs of up to 9 or 11 degrees. A messy picture as we go into Monday, a lot of cloud around, perhaps quite murky to start. Further spells of rain pushing their way northwards into Scotland, and then again areas that do not need any more wet rainfall. It is going to be turning wet in the west, drier in the east with some sunshine. The unsettled theme is still here to stay, but perhaps temperatures just dropping later.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Decisions made in Washington aren't just shaping America, they're shaping Britain too. From migration to global security, from crime to health. Whatever happens in the White House today
will be felt in your town or city tomorrow.
That's why The Late Show is live from Washington, D.C.
Cutting through the politics to show you what it all means for Britain.
The Late Show live every night at midnight.
Only on GB News,
Britain's news channel.
What's a suggestion?
It's now time for High Five. Oh, it's almost like coming back from the break took you by surprise.
David just suggested that I might fly to Australia in economy.
And I just got a death stare.
This isn't the most relatable conversation.
No.
On television.
Apparently it's 19 hours.
19 hours?
Non-stop.
Well,
Australia.
That's certainly not good news story, and that's what we're focusing on for this segment, okay? Are we with it now, everyone?
Yes.
It is now time for High Five, where we discuss our favourite moments from the past week. Not talking about flying economy to Australia. Will, what do you have for us?
I've got a shout out for Manchester toddler Jude Owens, 2 years old, and he has now picked up 2 Guinness World Records for being the youngest person to successfully complete 2 snooker trick shots. He, on the 12th of October 2025, he managed to pull off a pool bank shot, and then he also completed a snooker double pot. 2 years old. Now, I think the more cynical amongst you may say that that is technically a foul because he doesn't have both feet on. But we will let the young fella off this time. Congratulations, Jude. What an extraordinary effort.
This is clever. This job cannot be taken by AI. These parents are clever.
They've got one eye on the future, haven't
Absolutely.
they? Very good parenting.
That's a lovely story. I
Good
love
pick.
snooker. Love it.
What are the other skills that you would be teaching your kids that might stand the test of time?
Reading.
Reading. But AIs can read these days?
Playing football, unless they make some really, really good androids.
Playing football.
Well, the honest answer is it's going to be the blue-collar jobs that are the ones that remain immunised against the AI wave.
Until robots.
Oh, the plumbers,
Plumbers, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Do you know your way around a pipe?
Sorry?
Do you know your way around a pipe?
Is it my turn?
Sorry, you go, Renee. Let's move on. Dr. Renee.
OK, so you may not know this, but I was once an Olympic trampolinist. No, not really. But I did used to trampoline, and Alice now trampolines, as you know. She's already won 2 gold medals. So when I saw this story, I was really heartened. This is a 91-year-old man winning his gold medal.
Wow, that's incredible.
Incredible. I'm not sure that I could even do that now. But you know what? I always talk to Nana about this, who is also very, very fit and flexible. She does yoga and gymnastics. And she always says, you just got to keep doing it. Keep doing it, and you keep that kind of flexibility. Amazing.
That's amazing. I can't even get my dad out of bed, and he's only 89. I've got to show him that. Have you got a Nigerian version?
Get a trampoline.
Oh, my
more footage
God.
of him actually on doing somersaults.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. David, how can you beat that?
Yeah, well, I saw this video earlier in the week. This is a young chap called Ben West, who's 25 years old. He lost his brother Sam to suicide in 2018. Just awful, awful. Great pictures of the two of them together. And he said the world was a very incredibly painful place. And then in 2026, on the anniversary of his death, he decided to do something. And he launched a website called Reasons to Stay, which is a suicide prevention project. And essentially, he asked people to write messages. So if there's someone who's in extremis who wants some help, they write a letter which is on the website. And he tried to get 9,000 of these letters. He's now got 647,000 messages. And I'll show you the video now, but it's so touching because he said in this video, it works. Have a look.
I wonder how many 15-year-old boys have been sat in their room going onto our website and finding a reason to stay. And that, on a personal level, yeah, it's pretty special.
Really
Amazing.
That is so...
I mean, he'll never get his brother back, but it's just an incredible sort of turning utter horror
Healing,
into...
learning...
Yeah, it really is.
Actually.
And not only that, I think, you know, someone who's also lost my brother, there is something that then makes sense about his brother's death. It's like the gift was him doing that so he could save other people's brothers. Beautiful.
There's actually another clip where he just cries.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Have you?
Yeah.
He's inconsolable because he realises that through his brother's death, he saves other kids. And that's pretty extraordinary.
Well, talking about saving lives, Trey's is also heartwarming.
That one is it's so beautiful. I love people like that. So my one is the story of Austin Appleby. His mother and siblings went out kayaking and on an inflatable, one of those little inflatable little boats out in Western Australia, and they, for some reason, got swept way away from the shore. Let's see if we've got some video on this. It's such a beautiful story. I mean, this young lad basically had to swim 4 kilometres to the shore to get help, and he's only 13 years old.
Wow.
13.
Said, all right, not today. I had to keep on going, but I couldn't feel how tired I was. I don't know, I was more thinking of a lot of things that, you know, was happening in my life. I think at one point I was thinking of Thomas the Tank Engine. You know, trying to get the happiest things in my head.
Honestly, to me, that story almost seems unbelievable. I don't know about you guys, but swimming in the sea is not easy. One tiny bit of water in your eyes and you're a goner. How he done it at that age with that much at stake, and if he'd not done it, knowing his family would be gone.
Because he was driven.
He was
crazy.
driven, but his mother was pretty impressive too, because
She is.
she had to take the decision to say to him, go swim 4 kilometres because otherwise we're all going to die, and she had to watch her son go. As a mother, I just can't imagine.
But also,
extraordinary.
So I was just going to say, the sort of onus on him, he knew that he was the one that had to save him.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, as well, given what happened over Christmas here in the UK, with so many people who went out for their Christmas or their New Year's cold swimming were taken out to sea and tragically died.
The sea is...
You really underestimate
The sea is a force that people constantly underestimate, and you should just look at it, enjoy it, but always be scared.
Yeah, and you know what I find scary about the sea? It would just take you not know it's done it. It just doesn't care, you know? I nearly got swept off. I think we were in Cyprus or somewhere. We thought we'd swim around a rock, and you forget about these sort of underwater currents. And literally, I nearly died in that moment. So for a 13-year-old to actually go out into the sea, not knowing if he's going to make it back, and you're right, for his mum to send him off, I mean, that's an extraordinary family.
I mean, in Australia, they probably got caught in a rip tide, didn't they?
Yeah, it would be a really...
And what about sharks?
Rip. Well, there have been a spate of shark attacks in Sydney in recent months, unlike anything I've seen in my lifetime. So that's certainly a risk. But yes, you get taught from a very young age in Australia how to navigate rips. You know, basically let it take you out and then
go sideways.
swim sideways and go back. But unfortunately, this one took them out way further.
There was a story yesterday from Australia, actually, of a man who realised a shark had bitten his hand, and he did exactly... He was there, obviously, doing professional swimming, and he reverted to what you're taught, which is you punch the shark on the nose, and the shark then retreated, at which point he got rescued.
Did he use the other hand?
Obviously, René, because the other hand was in the mouth of the shark.
His handle. Well, some animals who don't need help with swimming are my high five. Let's take a look. This is an unexpected surprise. I'll give you the big... Hey, don't worry. Here we go. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Do you want some beetroot? Do you like beetroot?
OK.
I think it's fair to say that puzzlement would be the reaction of the panel here. That was a bunch of capybaras that I also fed that share an enclosure with Norbert the beaver in Drusilla's park.
And where do they come from?
From Amazon jungle, is it not?
Search me. No,
South America.
South America.
South America.
South America.
And they are the largest living rodent.
They are the largest living rodent.
They eat sweet potatoes, beetroot, other root vegetables,
Chocolate
but also...
ice cream?
Rice and peas.
Maybe not ice cream, certainly not for breakfast. They make a very odd noise, so when you stroke them, they sort of squeak.
Apparently they don't make good pets.
Yeah. The more you know. Every day's a school day.
It is.
Anyway, up next, more trigger tantrums after the break.
Britain deserves a newsroom that puts the facts and your voice first.
Well, and that's what you get on GB News. Lively debates, lively conversation.
And we're not afraid to hold power to account.
And each other. So join me, Andrew Pierce.
And me, Miriam Gates, for Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 on GB News.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation,
No,
isn't it?
no,
Because the failure is...
You're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back,
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
and we do not shy away from the difficult stuff. Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood. So join me on Jubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
So he can say whatever he wants.
A straight-talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world. Am I allowed to talk now? No, that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
In fact, has Trump made a good start? No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints. How many fingers have I got up? About 10. So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m. only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's political podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's political podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
In the GB newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
we're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Yes, it's time for triggered tantrums, the final round of them. And David, it's your first trigger tantrums. What do you have for us?
Yes, well, there's a clip which I want to show you of a lady who is having an abject meltdown over something that I really thought was a bit of an overreaction. Have a look.
I'm taking the flags down. I find it really offensive. I think we've got no humanity left in this country. It's shocking. It's racist. The fact that this big man is aggressively standing in front of me, raging, and then pulling these flags back off me, says it all. Says it all. There's so much hatred. Where's the love? Where's the humanity?
Madam, this is the Union flag. It is the flag of the United Kingdom, and therefore I do not understand why that's triggering. And actually, I have to say that the St George's flags, which I've seen all over Essex and coming into East London, actually, I rather like it. And the more that they take them down, they put them back up again.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. In the little, where I live, Temple Fortune, the little high street, there's Union flags on every single lamppost, and I think they look fabulous. And there was some noise locally that people were going to ask them to be taken down. So I emailed the local council and said, don't you dare take them down. And if you do, I'll do an FOI on how much it costs.
My worry...
What's to take them down?
My worry is that they get really tatty and minging and get
replace them.
And nobody replaces them.
Well, at the moment, they're not. They look great.
They're not. They do look great.
Well, long may it last.
There's probably two things going on. Number one is this self-flagellating instinct that the elite leftist classes have towards the country. And the second thing is I think that they see the flag as being working-class coded, and then the left-wing elite despise the working class.
Well, you remember Emily Thornberry, of course, with this flag of St George, the white van man. Wow, that didn't play well, did it?
That's right. That's exactly right.
But it is really interesting how these people... I mean, she's a white British woman and she's ashamed of our flag and calling it racist. That, for me, summarises the problem that we have in this country.
Look, listen, I don't think she's ashamed. I think there is a certain sector of people who use that flag as a way of saying you're not welcome, you're not one of us. I think that's what they're pointing to. However, personally, I think I would love to see flags in schools. I would love to see people doing the national anthem to the flags. I think we should really reclaim those flags. Because like I've said on the show before, lots of people died for those flags from all over the world.
Absolutely. And it goes back to what we talked about earlier, which is integration under the flag of the nation.
Die for the flag. No, that's not what I think. Sorry. I'm just saying what comes to my head. Trey...
Probably unwise.
Yeah, very good. Very good multitasking, Kai. Trey, what's your trigger tantrum?
So I was gifted this trigger tantrum by the lovely Dr. Ene here, which I found quite funny, not because I disagree with the premise of this, but because the name that's been given basically is about renaming a park in Toronto to a local name, and it is harder to pronounce than Welsh is. Let's have a look at the video.
Hence the name Eta Nona Wastina. It translates to where they lived good and beautiful lives. Learning to say the name is just a small way we can all be accountable to healing our relationship with our nation's First Peoples. So let's go. Try it with me. Eta Nonna Wastina.
No, we just had a chorus from these guys here. You guys got it perfectly. You've been practicing or something. Like I said, I think the premise is good, but I just find it quite funny. Someone's like, if you can't say it right, people are going to be upset with you. It's like, good luck with that. It's harder than Welsh.
Yeah, the premise is a joke. It is, you know, it's even worse in Australia, where there is this obsession from the left with renaming cities by their Aboriginal name. Again, it's all pretty similar, actually, to what we were just talking about. This self-flagellating instinct at the heart of Western civilization now.
Is it true in Australia now that whenever a plane lands, they have to say thank you to the people that the land used to belong to?
Yeah, that's called a land acknowledgement, and yes, you get one whenever a Qantas flight lands in Sydney. Interestingly, though, I think the mood is changing. The last time I flew to Sydney about 6 months ago, when they did that stupid land acknowledgement at arrival, there was an audible groan across the airplane. So I think people are going, this sort of stuff, this virtue signalling nonsense.
Because they do it in schools and government buildings, everywhere.
For every sporting game, you have the same thing. You have them before a lot of meetings in work corporates like PwC.
I don't think it's a case of it just being woke. You're just acknowledging culture. That's all it is. Nothing wrong with that. I think what's wrong with it is when it's kind of
forced down their throat here.
That's the issue. It's when it's forced down people's throat. People don't like it. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging different culture, especially in indigenous culture. What's wrong with that?
Well,
I find it interesting.
Woke nonsense.
Say again?
Should we acknowledge the Tudors?
Why not?
Or the Romans.
No, but you know
because
what?
they built straight roads.
Honestly, why not? I think a lot of British history
and
culture. No, but British history and culture should be celebrated.
Yeah, I
ancient
agree.
stuff. Why shouldn't we acknowledge it?
I agree.
You know?
Can I just pick up on one thing, an angle that nobody's talked about? More difficult than Welsh. I relished the opportunity to disagree, and of course, famously, as many Welsh celebrities are brought up in talk shows and so on, we have one of the longest place names in Wales, and it goes like this. Llanfair Pwll Gwyngyll go gerwch chwedro bo Llandysilio go go goch. Much more difficult.
Very, definitely more difficult. Well done.
Thank you very much. We have no more trigger tantrums, so I'm going to read a couple of comments from our viewers. We haven't done that many so
There's been some
far.
great comments today.
I think the viewers can see what's coming up next as well. Let's see. What an embarrassment Kai is.
Renee wrote that.
How old is he? It's like watching a smutty 11-year-old boy who knows no better.
It kind of is sometimes.
Joe Average says, one sniff of Kai and the beaver legged it. Beaver knew Kai isn't really a beaver guy. It's not wrong. Heather says, whoa, there is hope for him yet, as he is a beaver lover. Whoa, who knew? He always seems so negative on country things like Starmer.
We've only been talking about beavers for the last 6 months.
I mean, that's outrageous. I mean, well, anyway, we've got plenty more to come for the Alex Armstrong Show. Alex, what do you have coming up on your show?
Well, thank you, Kai. It's a bit of a hard act following TV royalty like David Bull, isn't it, really? But listen, I have a massive show lined up for you tonight. We're, of course, going to be talking about the rape gang inquiry, the independent inquiry that is going on in the moment, thanks to Rupert Lowe, the independent MP. I'm also going to be talking about those 20 councils that have decided to follow a pilot scheme to give away your social housing. And what do you think about doctors on... Oh, dear.
Happy birthday!
I can't even finish off my tease for my show.
Nobody wants to hear. They'll find out plenty more when they tune in tonight. There's no cake. There's no candles.
You are terrible. I'll magically blow it out. Don't do that. Right. Well, I'll see you all for my show in just a tick. It's going to be a big one. Trust me.
Expect warm spells. With the odd rude interruption. Box Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Good evening. Welcome to your GB News weather update from the Met Office. Well, there's more rain to come, especially across eastern Scotland tonight. Showers easing elsewhere, and that will allow a few mist and fog patches to start Sunday morning. So low pressure is still dominating our weather. The wind's coming up more from a south and southeasterly direction. So the rain across Northern Ireland, Northern England will continue to push its way northwards, coming into much of Scotland. We have a yellow Met Office rain warning in force again for eastern parts of Scotland, so could see some disruption and some flooding. To the south of that, any clear skies. We may even see some mist and fog patches across the southeast of England and across Northern Ireland. Otherwise, a generally frost-free, mild start to Sunday. But a wet Sunday to come across much of Scotland, even pushing into western areas. But most persistent rain first thing is going to be across eastern areas, across Northern Ireland to start Sunday morning, quite murky with some low cloud, mist and fog. A similar picture for the rest of England and Wales. There could be some brightness just coming through first thing on Sunday. For Sunday as a whole, though, it does look to be generally drier than Saturday. There will be some breaks in the cloud to give it some glimpses of some sunshine, but otherwise later on in the afternoon we'll start to see showers progressing in from the west. So across Devon and Cornwall into Wales, we'll see some heavy showers, possibly with some thunder, longer spells of rain persisting across Scotland. Otherwise, it's still generally rather mild, highs of up to 9 or 11 degrees. A messy picture as we go into Monday. A lot of cloud around, perhaps quite murky to start. Further spells of rain pushing their way northwards into Scotland. And then again, areas that do not need any more wet rainfall, it is going to be turning wet in the west, drier in the east with some sunshine. The unsettled theme is still here to stay, but perhaps temperatures just dropping later.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Decisions made in Washington aren't just shaping America, they're shaping Britain too. From migration to global security, from crime to health. Whatever happens in the White House today
will be felt in your town or city tomorrow.
That's why The Late Show is live from Washington, D.C.
Cutting through the politics to show you what it all means for Britain.
The Late Show live every night at midnight.
Only on GB News,
Britain's news channel.
We want you to boost your bank account with an incredible £30,000 in tax-free cash to spend however you like. There's also a terrific £10,000 to spend on a Riviera travel holiday of a lifetime for two. So whether you fancy a cruise or an escorted tour, you'll have over 30 worldwide destinations to choose from.
For another chance to win, text WIN to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB19, PO Box 8690, Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 27th of February. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation,
no,
isn't it?
No,
Because the failure is
you're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back.
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
And we do not shy away from the difficult stuff. Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood. So join me on Jubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
So he can say whatever he wants.
A straight-talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk
No,
now?
that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
In fact, has Trump made a good start? No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints. How many fingers have I got up? About 10. So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m. only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's political podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's political podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead. We love Great Britain. We love its history, its culture and its tradition, and that's why we're so proud to be part of GB News.
You look genuinely emotional. Oh, come here.
GB News does pay attention to those who are ignored by the mainstream media. The majority of this country who's full